Depending how I end up releasing 2 videos, this will either be my first Star Wars spaceship build, or surprise, my second. A quick look in the encyclopedia of starships and other things. How convenient, I've somehow stopped at this ship. So you know what that means, let's start scratching that build. You know, I bet you couldn't say Ambassadorial after a night on the drink. Anyway, this transport shuttle ship I'm going to make out of cardboard and incorporate a bit of plastic. So yep, on with the scissors. So what I've done is just carefully traced out some templates of panels that I'm going to cut out of this cardstock, and it's going to be about 5 of them because I've got 3 wings. And 3, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12 each into 5 goes 5, 10. May have miscounted, might need some more actually.
So if I do 5 each, but then divide that by 7 and then do 2 and do that, and
I don't know.
No, that isn't working.
Does anybody really
Hang on now.
Does anybody watch the channel?
No.
Sorry about that. So after cutting out many pieces of card, I'm left with these strange shapes. Don't worry, I have a plan of sorts. What I do know are these wings are made from cardstock, shaped by my sexy yet rather hairy hands. So I've made more than one, I think I made about 3 each. Gonna glue them all together just so it gives the wings a little bit of strength. And any new viewers who are watching me for the first time, please don't leave, it gets better, hopefully. In all seriousness, there is a plan and a script. I'd worked on it for at least 5 minutes before I ran out of ink, so resorted to writing with glue. Got to admit, that didn't go well. All my pages stuck together. A bit like that one crusty sock underneath your bed when you were a teenager. Well, that's my YouTube career over and done with. Good night, everyone. Oh, you're still here? Okay, let's get cracking on with this build. Let's get this build done and dusted before the YouTube police come along and really do delete the channel forever. 3 pieces of cardstock that are glued together to be 3 main wings of the shuttle. This is a cardboard box I made off screen because it was too embarrassing to film a grown man spending more than 3 hours trying to build a simple box. These wooden round didgeridoos were gifted to me by Spider-Man. Go follow him, he's more professional than this shit show. Look, I'm gluing the wooden circles of these didgeridoos together simply to put underneath the ship because no one will see this in the final cut. But realism. Next, 2 bottle caps with slices of card to make them suddenly look like thruster engines are stuck to the back of the spaceship. That is blue tack, not a bogey or a bugger or whatever you want to call it. I'm attaching it to a random lid so I can glue the random lid and then stick it onto the cardboard box. Why, I don't hear you ask. Simples, because the ping pong ball that I'm going to find is going to go onto that and it's going to have a better chance of sticking to the front of the spaceship than me trying to use hot glue and other kinds of witchcraft. So, who wants to look at my bits? Here you go. My OnlyFans page is a mere click away. No, I'm joking, seriously. Or am I? I'm looking for a ping pong ball. I know I have a ping pong ball in here somewhere, simply because my golf balls are lost in the woods of my local golf club. I blame the squirrels. So that's a ping pong ball, and there's not a lot of ways you can dress up a ping pong ball, but I'm going to try and attempt it with a little sliver of cardstock. I'm just going to put this round to make it look like a frame without sticking the fingers together. It's not going well, and yeah, so once this is done, I'll just then glue another bit down it, so then it looks less like a ping pong ball and more like a spaceship cockpit. It's looking kind of bare, this front bit, so I'm just going to dress it up with some cut down bits of cardstock just to make it look like, I don't know, windows, panels, I have no idea. Before I stick the ping pong ball, spaceship cockpit onto the front of the box. Let's marvel as I struggle to get this ping pong ball onto the cardboard box. Yes, you were right all along, it wouldn't stick, so I had to resort to brute force and ignorance, which was hot glue. Look, I'm holding a pointy thing. This worked well on another build, so I'm just going to gently score lines into the cardstock, and no, not in the Tony Montana way. I'll let that joke sink in. Because I had complaints that I'd left this segment out on a few of my other builds, today's code word is, you get a bonus point if you can tell me where that name is from. So back to this build. Now it's time to see if this space shuttle will fly. No, not really. Not hoping for that bit. These wings will stick, however, I need to strengthen them a little bit, and for that I'm going to use these coloured sticks. Yeah, well, I stole these coloured sticks from a colourblind person because, look, you know, they're not going to need them really, are they? I mean, you know, come on, it's kind of wasted, really, on a, okay, non-PC joke. Yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do is just glue these down on the wings just to help strengthen them, so hopefully the shuttle, once I turn it around and it has all the wings on, will actually stand. And would you actually believe this? There, it stood on its own, unaided. Oh my god. Look, well, we have the start of something that looks like a space shuttle. Yeah, I'm patting myself on the back because something's actually worked, and it's made from cardboard. You know, I'm pretty impressed with myself to say that this has all been scratch built, and I really didn't have any hope in thinking that this would actually work. Let's get the last wing on, and here we go. This is where it could all go Pete Tong. And is it gonna stick? Is it gonna stick? Well, okay. Well, show's over. It sticks. Well done. No, only joking, we've still got a bit of ways to... Oh, here we go. I'm just going to destroy everything now by knocking it all the way around the workbench. I'm just going to use some more sticks just to match up the ones underneath, just to make everything a little stronger. To make those sticks less stick-like, I find some beads that will become laser cannons or something sci-fi-y. So I'm just going to... put a little bead on the front of it just to close the end up, and then stick them straight onto the sticks, and they will become, in my pretend world, laser cannons or something sci-fi. There we go, there's an unnecessary shot of me sticking the beads onto the front of the sticks. So let's just do another one and then we'll move on to the next bit. I think the top of the spaceship's looking kind of bare, so I'm going to dress this up with some unnecessary greeblies made out of cardstock and bits of plastic model kits, and then I'm going to send it off to get primed, which will just be standard black. So there's the ship freestanding on the turntable, and it's all nice and matte blacky. So what I'm going to do is hit it with, I think it was a grey sea blue or something fancy. You know, Morrigan's Creations says all that, I'll just say it plain and simple. It's grey that I'm going to start off with. And don't worry, I'm doing this paint this way because I want the black to come through in certain areas. So it's not a bad paint, well, it is a bad paint job because I'm a bad painter, but this bit is actually intentional. And that is what this channel is all about. Just trying to make something out of everyday stuff like cardboard into something recognisable. Now I'm going to go in on the panels with the smallest brush that I could find just to annoy Morrigan's Creations, because I know he says I should be using a bigger paintbrush. This is just me doing this, and I'm just going to paint all the panels blue just so there's a variation. And yes, it did take ages if you were thinking that. Should have used a bigger brush, but me being stubborn, I didn't. And if you notice, I'm trying to stipple it so there's trying to get those chipped marks in the paintwork. I finally gave up and used a bigger brush simply because my fingers were hurting and started to cramp up, and I needed this build to be finished because I was getting bored of it. Seriously. After all that was done, I go in with the black just to do the shuttle bit and the laser cannons, or sci-fi space weapons, whatever you want to call them. Boom! One Star Wars shuttle ship, spacecraft, shuttlecraft, whatever. I'm gonna paint the tippy toes of the beads, sorry, the laser cannons red, just because. Now if you're a regular subscriber, you'll realise that none of my builds are ever complete unless I bring out the weathering powders, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just going to make some bird poo streaks, that's my technical term for this, and then just blend it all in together. You see, after the white, I'll then use like a rust colour just to tone down some of the white, and then probably go back over it in black as well. I looked at some reference photographs, not the films, just photographs from the Star Wars Encyclopedia tome that I have littered around my workbench somewhere, and realised that no real Star Wars spaceships are ever that clean, which makes me wonder, why have I not made a Star Wars spaceship car wash? Maybe that might be on the books shortly. So leaving you with that thought in your tiny little brains, just another few seconds of me just doing some more weathering, and I just want to say thank you very much for your continued support. I appreciate all the new subscribers, all the old subscribers sticking with this channel. Look, it wouldn't be here today if it weren't for you guys, so give yourself a clap on the back, a tap on the back if you can reach round. If the arthritis is kicking in, don't bother, just maybe just clap your hands together instead of trying your back. I don't want any complaints about you having bad backs because I told you to. Anyway, on that note, thanks very much for watching, keep scratching that build, and here comes the Glamour Shots. Hello? Ah, Mr. YouTube. I've been expecting you.